What's this? This is ESP 880.
Banks and banks of humming machinery. I've never seen so many knobs. Here, try that button over there. No. Check that button over there.
It's a really good price. But of course it was like it powers on, but no other testing, so pull the screws off, and we're going to open it together. Okay. Now for checking out the insides. I'm going to show you because I've opened my other one up. There's some cards in here. My other unit, one of the input cards doesn't work, so I want to experiment and see if you can switch out cards and things like that with this unit and change the model of what it is, or if it's like hard coded into the system, or if you just change the cards it reconfigures itself. I don't know. Kind of an experiment, so let's check it out. I haven't looked in here yet. So here you can see these are the cards, input and output cards. So these are removable, and in my 1240 it's got one output card and 3 input cards. So that's where I'm thinking I might be able to switch these out and move them around a little bit and have different input output. So who knows. And then main logic board. This one actually came with the network card, and well, shit. Excuse my French. Yeah, let me need to get you in there closer. There's liquid damage. Pretty severe liquid damage. Because it's nice and clean on the outside, but this corner of the logic board is not looking too happy. This is what I'm talking about. That's not good. Oh, it's all like, ooh, it's all crusty up in here. Ooh. Looks like there's a little bit in the power supply. That's not good. First, I'm going to try powering this up, seeing if I can get connected to it, and we'll go from there. Got the system hooked up. I'm checking my network here, and it's showing that it's got an IP of 192.168.0.160, which is outside the range of my network. On my laptop, I'm going to force it to have the same IP range as the Bose, so that I can connect to it, and then we can change the IP address. Control Space Designer. There it is. Dukes. Hazard. All right. New IP address. Call it 27. Yes. And we're going to reboot. And it should not see it anymore. Quit out of this. We're going to go back to our network settings. IP settings, we're going to edit those. We're going to change it back to automatic. Reopen Control Space Designer. This is fun, huh? Back into Hardware Manager. There we go. Okay, good. There's any firmware. Yep, there's a firmware update. Let's get it up to date, because I don't think I can. Generally, if you have the latest version of the Control Space software, you can't do anything with it until you have actually updated the device. So we're going to go ahead and update it. So it is working. So what I think I'm going to do, once I get this updated, I'm going to pull the card out, and I'm actually going to clean off all that corrosion. I don't want it continuing and getting worse. So I'm going to do a little video on that shortly, as soon as I get this up to date. The other interesting thing, once we connect to it, we'll actually get some information off the unit and see how it was configured. I don't think I was filming. All of that I was just going through this system and seeing what all is set up in here. Nothing on that bank, nothing custom. So this was a restaurant in here, which is just interesting in and of itself. Yeah, I mean, there's just, general settings, some EQs going. Well, I mean, the unit's working. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save this file because I'm going to blow the whole thing away. Alright, well, I've got some other things I'm going to have a look at. We're going to clean up the logic board, get all the corrosion off of there, and go from there. Alright, I'm going to start the disassembly here. You're going to see me kind of start to do a few things. I'm going to go and just make this a zippy procedure. I'm going to high speed it because I want to listen to some music. Alright, let's see what we can do about all of this corrosion. You can kind of see it in there. I'm going to go ahead and try some deoxit on it first and let it soak in there. Then I'm going to brush it, and then if it needs anything more, I have some iso alcohol or vinegar to try to clean it up. I'm going to let those marinate for a little bit and come back and do a little scrubbing. Got to deal with a pipe cleaner. You can't see a thing. Alright, I'm going to use a wee bit of vinegar here, just on the lid. Kind of clean up some of the corrosion that's still on the board. This is fun. Whole video just cleaning up the corrosion. Really just don't want this to continue to corrode. The area I'm most concerned with is right here along the edge. I don't know if this thing will focus for me, but there's corrosion here and you can see the little dots. These were actually quite raised originally, but my concern is if it gets in along the edge and starts corroding traces in between the layers there. So I want to make sure that's all cleaned up. Hopefully it won't continue to corrode in there. That's a dangerous spot to have corrosion. I'm going to finish this up and then put this back together, make sure it still works. Okie dokie. Okie dokie pokey. Alright. We're going to try powering this up and see if it appears on the network here. First power up. Power to it. And let's see what happens. Well, the fan's working. Yep, there it is. 880. So it is fully functional. I want to do some more videos on this, but I recently came into a whole bunch of new equipment, so I want to get going on that as well. So there's lots of random videos coming.